The speaker is now at the, I would assume, at the head of the casket, draped by the, where you can see part of the Morobe flag, and then, of course, the Papua New Guinea flag. He pays his respects, and then he's moved on. And I think he was obviously the first person to come up and view the body. We're now into the process of viewing. Next up, we can see the Governor General of Papua New Guinea, Honorable Sesebob Dadai, I beg your pardon, and of course Lady Dadai. They also paying their respects.
Yeah, Speaker belong Parliament also Papa belong House ego pass long same respect belongam na bianim belongam Governor General belongimi Sebob Dadai usaid me member belong Kabum before na Mr. Pusam Governor General one time Mary belongam Lady Esme na MBN now the solem milukem Prime Minister belong country too James Marape to come up long so Belsori na pay him respect belongam also member belong Parliament na manigo pass long pangupati too where Governor Luther Wenge is stop and longam too long display Parliament.
The body viewing in Canada be it's a speaker for Parliament as in Yamai Gunalaya and so John Pomat as Yamai Gunalaya Namuna Rekne be Governor General Yamai Bare Mayana Davana Danu so Bob Dadai and Namuna Rekne be Tanabara and Prime Minister Honorable James Marape on ini negara kenai be Deputy Prime Minister on tau masa Luther Wenge and Gabu Tauna mo Yamai Tauna Honorable John Rosso Taitano be yana Yamataurai on Ibogai Sigokara ya halasiano.
Yeah, it is an emotional time, as we've just seen, the leaders of state and our Prime Minister come and pay their respects. You can see a very emotional John Rosso, the Deputy Prime Minister, paying his respects. They also make up, an integral part of the Pangu party, political party, who of course are the leading political party in terms of the government. As we now see, Governor for Western Islands Province, Honorable Wairapa, also paying his respects to late Governor, as they like to call themselves, their brother governors of their respective provinces. And not an easy time, and it's one of those things where it makes us think of people, how they, as individuals, how people are looking after their health and so on and so forth. Now we have the Governor for NCD, Honorable Powers Pakop, also paying his respects. I just brought that, I made that comment in light of some of the advocacy that's also been happening at Parliament House, where leaders are also being told to really look after their health. Greg.
Yeah. Governor belong NCD on plaman where usai iwokem some big placenis long some life belongam especially long side belong health na plenty time speaker belong long Parliament plus all nar some Prime Minister it also talk too long all members long look out him health belong all na law because only 7 more people belong Papua New Guinea work belong all na pressure and tablo life belong all big pla imi look him now member belong Yalibu Pangia na former Prime Minister belong me Peter O'Neill to come up long same last respect belong one time Governor Wenge all good law porman also say long last or government igo penis na past time long Governor belong long National Capital District Governor Powers Pakop to been come same last respect belong long this time.
Ini negara kenai be Stephen Yoko kira-kira members ini negara kenai be dia kawan lagi di Nariani ani ni nombor dia ni bona lifestyle namna igeno bana wa ni negere kine be goreri de do yawarano to mema sibode ide hinari ni kine be tawanne do ide namo fi gere honorable Paus Fakot member to governor for NCD fi gere na to yo ini negere kine be sera parliamentarians yo na gunala itare ita no ide sama tare lo kala ide tare no hari negere kine be
I believe this is also one of the members of parliament representing the Morobe Province, one of the districts, Greg? Theo Pelgen, of course. And just before him, the Deputy Speaker of the National Parliament, Honorable Connie Iguan, who represents the people of Makam. Now we have Governor for the Eastern Islands Province, Simon Sia, also paying his respect to his late brother Governor. And I'm sure, as I said, during their times in Parliament and in their public life, they would have shared it. I know from time to time there's a lot of conferences where most governors, attend, and to have all of them in one place, whether they're talking about education or social development or something for their respective provinces, you can see that they really have a passion and a heart for our country, and they want to see good things happen in their respective provinces. We see our next Member of Parliament.
It's the Solon Loifa. It's I think the Morobe MPs are coming up first before the others. I think that's the I think order long all long campaign respect to Sembian long. M9 milu waklo lukimol member blong Morobe Province. Past time man usadi now staples member blong along nawai Theo Pelgen have been kamigo pinis na member blong Menyamia kamigo.
Now we have the Minister for Works and Highways.
Works and Highways, Solan Merisi.
Solan Merisi also paying respect. So there is I'm not too sure if there's any particular order, but you would see that they have given preference to the Morobe members of Parliament as a way of respect for them to say farewell to him. I believe this is the Minister for Community Development. I'm not too sure. Yes, I'm not too sure. I might, I stand to be corrected. But once again, another member of Parliament also coming in to pay their respects.
Yes, member of Parliament Kamantap pay all respect long display time. Yes, member Blong Wabeg, na former health minister before Dr. Lino Tom, M2 become joining him on number one or first man Blong side long opposition. So they come up long display time now long pay him respect Blong M2 long body Blong late Governor Blong Imilong Morobe.
Once again, the live pictures out of the Grand Hall of Parliament House, which is just after you enter Parliament House, as we also see Dr. Alan Marat, member for Rabaul, and former Attorney General as well in the government, and him paying his respects. And of course, both of them would have been practicing law, and from the legal fraternity. That's an important aspect about it, because Parliament, as we know, is the judicial arm. That is where laws are made, are amended, and it's an important process. And I think, Greg, in commentary, as we said earlier, something that was always noticed about late Luther Wenge was whatever law, but he always had time to discuss and debate upon it. Law.
You gonna hit no be mitera parliamentarian sani. Ida hemataura gonna have bogasi ngokre de kareno late Luther Wenge dekenai. Gonna yo mitera tuana Stephen Yogo higerena ine tau mase late Luther Wenge be parliament dekenai danu be herawa ka taunani. Be taumatara kene be regari lasi yana Gama Papua New Guinea, maybe member for.
I think that's the Agriculture Minister. Yes, Honorable Boito. And just before him was Honorable Saki Soloma. He's also the chairman of the Constitutional Law Reform Commission, also another important organization, especially in the law and justice sector. We now have Honorable Richard Maru from the Civic Province, and of course from the Momase region, also being represented. Greg.
Yes, I'm Richard Maru. I'm Minister of Law International Trade. Long display time. And one plus something or some long Luther Wenge. Luther Wenge, I've been starting a People's First Party along 1997. I met been go past long na igo in up long 2012 na biyan been lose lo election igo na Richard Maru been
sort of revived
stop na take over long kisimbek display party na now establishing party leader long so still got this big respect long Governor Luther Wenge also man who been starting People First Party.
I think we see the Governor of Southern Islands Province, is that William Poe? Honorable William Poe, and now we have the member for Goroka also coming up to pay his respect, Honorable Aye Tambua.
Yes, I'm member from Goroka, Aye Tambua, na pastam longam yung bin kisim Governor blong Southern Highlands, William Poe. Emol imioklo lukemol one something long come up long Parliament now long display time, where Lion State, body blong late Governor staff long na all members long Parliament long come up, same all last respect long one walk long.
As we see another member of Parliament, and I believe that's the Honorable Jason Peter, one we mentioned earlier. He's also paid his respects, and now we see one of the members from the Milne Bay Province, I believe a former, Isi Henry Leonard, and I think he was a former tourism minister as well, and I'm sure, in the space of tourism as well, they would have had discussions with people like the Honorable Luther Wenge. And our country has a lot of tourism potential, biodiversity and arts and culture, and these are some of the things that we see a lot of the times. Another member for Morobe, and you can see him actually weeping, that's the Honorable Kobi Bomareo, the Minister for Housing, and the member for Tawaisiasi, which is more or less the coastal districts of the Morobe Province. And yes, you can see him just crying over the coffin, and of course paying his respects to late Governor Luther Wenge.
Yeah, apart from those all member belong Morobe, also you may look him long program. By got all district visits where coffin by go around long all by somebody belong late Governor go long all one district belong along Morobe. Also you may long talk member belong sina Yongumul. Kerenga koa M2 come up same last respect belong. Yeah, all by sim all working program long somebody belong late Governor go long all one district belong along Morobe too.
Member for Abau, Honorable Se Pukatemudanu, Yadanu be Puna Health and Minister Ta, Hari Negerkinai, and Hematara Lokara Ya Hinyala, member Yon Thomas Lake Luther Wenge.
Next up, we see, I think it's that Honorable Billy Joseph, the Minister for Defense. Also paying his respects, and he represents, being a member of Parliament from the Highlands provinces. And I think, Greg, today most of the members of Parliament would be there to pay their respect, as we've seen in the past. When Parliament is in session, normally the casket would go into the chamber, and before the meeting would start, they would have their meeting. As we see, Honorable Thomas Opa, representing people of Kerema, and Minister for Finance, current Minister for Finance, also paying his respect. But going back to what I said, take them into the chamber and, of course, at the designated place, and then you probably hear one or two speeches from both the government and opposition. But at this point in time, we know Parliament is not in session, so they're having this particular process in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, it's something the late governor been some day long time long independence too na display been one bla some time we come low time where country will go through long celebration long 50 years anniversary long imi na display looking some plenty only been holim display program delay me coming up long now or some come inside long moon October na display come up. So yeah, but also you talk normally supposedly been some casket sa long floor long Parliament. Baigat all members only can stand up, no only can talk, express him display bell sorry long all na kain all sem long one walk long all na display kain. But now got so only got so long Grand Hall long walk him display Lion State long late governor long ini.
The member for Moresby Northwest, Honorable Lawyer Boy Samuel, yana advocacy yana himatare papari kareno. Unitera trode ide hegere de hero hegere na. Gregory pona Stephen ya de hero be ine negere kine be parliament ya helai lasi totona be taumase ena mawa be dia be my Grand Hall de kene dia ko bona tournament yana itera kono bara Papua New Guinea kunala ya tawde itera parliamentarians be medida hematare lokare jamai halasia to be malasi be parliament ide helai niganai be ni be do dia be ware parliament and a chamber lana rikinai ona riba kiki tarua bamana do ide karea taumase Luther Wenge na latana rikinai ona in a funeral Lane State be the floor of Parliament be kina do dia be to Parliament ye helai lasi totona ni dia be my Grand Hall lana rikinai in a Lane State idea abia.
As we see the Minister for State Enterprise, Honorable William Duma, representing the people of Mount Hagen as well, pay his last respect. And just before him, from the autonomous region of Bougainville, and of course, as my good co-commentator, Loa Henny has highlighted, the member for Port Moresby Northwest. I believe this is Honorable Bando, William Bando from the Highlands Province, also paying his last respect. Minister for Coffee as well, and of course in the agriculture space. Interesting, you brought up the agriculture sector. Talking with some of the colleagues at National Radio, Greg, I think Honorable Wenge was also a very strong supporter of agriculture in Late Morobe Province. I think National Agriculture and Research Institute, he also had some commitment towards them as well. So
yeah, Morobe Province, you talk, yes, only got plenty of big plow, like even rice, oil palm, yeah, agriculture projects. Na, yeah, National Agriculture Research Institute too, based long hub. So you got plenty work, especially long agriculture, na livestock, muntem governor belong long Morobe. Imi work long stop on time display Lion State. Long Parliament House, long display time. All members long Parliament, all long come up.
I think that's the governor of Jiwaka.
Simon Kaiwi?
Yes, I believe that's him, paying his last respects to his fellow. He's also a governor, a fellow governor. Yes. And you're seeing the live pictures from the Grand Hall of the Papua New Guinea National Parliament and the Lion State in the Grand Hall of the National Parliament for late Honorable Luther Wenge, governor for the Morobe Province. We have another member of parliament also paying his respects, and very emotional as well at the coffin. Let's not forget, after this particular part of the program, the hearse will then take the body of the late Governor Wenge out, and of course they will convoy back to the Sione Kami Memorial Church. We now have Governor for East New Britain Province, Honourable Michael Marum, also paying his respect to the late Governor. I'm just going back to what I said, and then when they convoy to the Reverend Sione Kami Memorial Church, that is where the official funeral service will be held here in Port Moresby. There's going to be, I know, another week-long program to be held. I believe this is one of the newest members of Parliament, also from the Sipik province, East Sipik.
He's the member for Maprik. He's
the son of
former Maprik MP and the late Gabriel Capris and Pekiniman Blongam, Libet Capris, M2 come up long, M2 and member long People's First Party. And need long Richard Maruna, M2 come up long so him Bell sorry blong. You can look him to after long only same all respect long all penis only move go across same this bell sorry blong two and time all member blong family na before long only go back sit down long see how long all.
The member from Morobe Province as well, Patrick Bassa, I believe, and now we've also got the Minister for Fisheries, Honourable Jelta Wong, paying his respects to the casket. And as you have highlighted, Greg, when they move on, they will walk across to the family and pay their respects. Loa.
Yo kuna itamaite be na tera parliamentarians be dide hemataure gokara dide makara mawa na bairana rekine be insine mogi ore bidela bidehane kuna isera member yona lead member ena family taudiani dan be side dikine de helai de dan be de dari ini dia kuna dide hepoga isi herwa ide hinia family members tata rekina.
And I believe as you're tuning in and watching the broadcast or the telecast, the simulcast on television, on radio and online, as we see the flags of the Parliament in Papua New Guinea and the Morobe Province just in the background. I believe most of those who are in attendance have now paid their respects and of course are now going back to take their seats. So that would have been the official viewing process, and of course after they've also shared their condolences and sentiments with the family of Honourable late Luther Wenge. Now they've gone and they've gone to take their places. What we would see is another announcement, and I think it's just a little bit after 11 o'clock, and